Have you ever felt like you didn't belong? No, I'm not talking about just feeling like a stranger. I'm talking about a nightmare where the rest of the world looks at you like you're crazy and tells you your home doesn't actually exist. The date is 1954. The place, Tokyo Haneda Airport. A man steps up to pass through customs. His papers are in order, his demeanor confident. But there is a small problem. The country listed on the man's passport does not exist on the world map. And even more terrifying, the man claims his country has been there for 1,000 years. Welcome to that thin line where reality fractures. I'm Jane, and this is Whispered Myths. Today, we will whisper the mystery of the man from Taured, perhaps the most tangible proof of parallel universes. It all started in July 1954, during one of Tokyo's stifling summer heats. Haneda International Airport was, as usual, full of travelers from all over the world. Businessmen, tourists, soldiers. Among the crowd, an elegantly dressed, middle-aged, bearded man arrived in front of the customs officer. There was nothing unusual about the man's appearance. His native language was French, but he spoke flawless Japanese and several other languages. The customs officer took his passport, opened the page to stamp it, and paused. The passport looked completely official. The paper quality, watermarks, even entry-exit stamps from other countries upon it. Everything was real, except for one problem. The passport was issued by a country called Taured. The customs officer had never heard of such a country in his life. The officer asked politely, "Sir, where is this country located?" The man perceived this question as an insult or a bad joke. "Taured," he said, "is an ancient kingdom located in Europe, on the border of Spain and France, established for 1,000 years. As the situation became serious, the man was taken to a private interrogation room. Officials asked him to show his country on a map. With confidence, the man placed his finger on that small region between Spain and France, the Pyrenees. There really was a small country where the man pointed, but its name was not Taured, it was Andorra. The man looked at the map in horror. He had never heard the name Andorra. To him, Taured had been there for almost 1,000 years, and this map was a fake. He started getting angry. "What is this nonsense?" he shouted. "How can my country be wiped off the map?" Even stranger were the other documents the man had. In his wallet, he had European currency mixed with Taured currency. He said he came to Tokyo for a business meeting with a company. Officials looked for the company he mentioned. The company existed, but they had never met with this man. They called the hotel where he said he would stay. The hotel existed, but there was no reservation in his name. The bank branch on the bank check. There was no such branch in Tokyo. The man standing before them did not look like someone who was lying. On the contrary, he was experiencing deep fear and confusion because his own reality was being denied. At that moment, everyone in the room was asking the same question. Had this man gone mad, or had the world gone crazy? The airport authorities didn't know what to do. They needed time to solve the incident. Suspecting the man might be a spy or a smuggler, they placed him in a hotel near the airport. But they took no risks. The man was placed in a room on the top floors of the hotel, with only one entrance. The room's window had no balcony, and it was a sheer drop below. Escape was impossible. 2 armed police officers were posted outside the door to stand guard until morning. The man's passport and all his documents were locked away at airport security. When morning came, officials came to the room to continue the interrogation. The police reported that the door had not been opened even once during the night, and no sound came from inside. They opened the door. The room was empty. The bed hadn't even been slept in. It was impossible to escape through the windows. They were on the 15th floor, and there was no one fallen below. But that wasn't the real shock. When airport security officials opened the safe, their blood ran cold. The passport and documents belonging to that non-existent country, which were kept locked in the safe, had also vanished into thin air. The man from Taured disappeared just as suddenly as he arrived, leaving not a single trace behind. So, who was he? Countless theories have been produced over the years. Some said this was a simple time travel error. Others put forward the multiverse theory. Perhaps the man came from a parallel universe very similar to ours, but where historical events developed slightly differently, and the kingdom of Taured was established instead of Andorra. A momentary cosmic accident caused two universes to intersect, and then the universe corrected the error. It pulled him back to his own reality. Of course, skeptics say this was a masterful hoax, but if so, how did those documents disappear from a locked safe? And how did that man get out of that room? Perhaps right now, in another universe, the man from Taured is sitting in his home, telling his friends about that nightmare day he spent in Tokyo. That day when no one believed him. What do you think? Was the man from Taured a time traveler or a guest from parallel universes? I'm waiting for your theories in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to Whispered Myths for more of these mysterious stories. See you in the next Whisper.